What if you found out there are 10 fruits that are not only safe for diabetics, but can even help control blood sugar levels? Yes, you heard right. Through years of research and clinical studies, doctors and scientists have identified 10 specific fruits that can be safely consumed by people with diabetes. Even better, some of these fruits have properties that actively aid in glycemic control. What you will discover in this video goes beyond the basic eat in moderation. We will reveal 10 doctor-approved fruits that you can include in your daily diet without any guilt or worry. These are delicious options that not only keep your blood sugar levels stable, but also bring additional health benefits. Imagine being able to enjoy fresh, juicy fruits again, without the constant anxiety about your glucose levels. In the next few minutes, you will find out not just which fruits these are, but also learn exactly how, when, and how much to consume of each to maximize their benefits and keep your diabetes under control. Strawberries are true red jewels when it comes to fruits safe for people with diabetes. This small fruit, which is actually a pseudofruit of the Rosaceae family, carries a fascinating history that dates back to the royal gardens of Europe. But what really makes strawberries such a special ally for those needing to control blood sugar levels? With a surprisingly low glycemic index of just 40, strawberries have a minimal impact on blood glucose. To put it in context, imagine that refined sugar has a glycemic index of 100. Strawberries cause less than half of that impact. This feature allows people with diabetes to enjoy this fruit without fear of significant fluctuations in blood sugar levels. The richness in antioxidants in strawberries, particularly anthocyanins, which are responsible for their vibrant red color, goes beyond mere beauty. Recent studies show that these compounds actively help in controlling diabetes by improving insulin sensitivity. It's like having a small army working in favor of your metabolism. When it comes to portions, the good news is that you can be generous. One serving of 1 cup, about 8 medium strawberries, contains only 4 grams of net carbohydrates. The best time to consume? Breakfast is ideal, especially when combined with proteins such as unsweetened Greek yogurt or cottage cheese, which help to slow down the absorption of sugar even further. Strawberries are also true powerhouses of vitamin C. A single serving provides more than the daily recommended requirement. This vitamin not only strengthens the immune system, but also helps reduce oxidative stress, a crucial factor for people with diabetes. To maximize the benefits, prefer organic and fresh strawberries. A little-known trick is to leave them at room temperature for 30 minutes before consumption. This enhances their natural flavor and sweetness, eliminating the need for added sugars. Moreover, you can freeze them for use in smoothies with leafy greens, creating a nutritious drink that doesn't significantly impact blood sugar. Speaking of versatility, strawberries can be incorporated into green salads with arugula and nuts, creating a combination that is not only safe for diabetics but also delicious. For an afternoon snack, try topping half an avocado with chopped strawberries. The combination of healthy fats with the nutrients of the strawberry creates a meal that keeps blood sugar levels stable for hours. And speaking of glycemic stability, did you know that blueberries share many of these beneficial properties, but with some unique benefits that make them equally special for people with diabetes? Blueberries, these small blue spheres that have captured the hearts of Americans, are true treasures for those living with diabetes. Native to North America, these fruits have a history deeply intertwined with indigenous culture, which considered them not just food, but also natural medicine. What makes blueberries particularly fascinating for people with diabetes is their unique ability to improve insulin sensitivity. Scientists have discovered that the bioactive compounds in these fruits, especially anthocyanins, responsible for their blue-purple color, can increase the efficiency with which our cells respond to insulin by up to 22%. But here's something few know. Blueberries contain a compound called pterostilbene, a relative of the famous resveratrol found in red wine, which has shown the ability to reduce blood sugar levels similarly to some diabetes medications. It's like having a small natural pharmaceutical lab in each berry. When it comes to portions, the ideal daily recommendation for people with diabetes is 3/4 of a cup, which equates to about 75 grams. The perfect time to consume? Early in the morning, combined with a source of lean protein, such as scrambled eggs or unsweetened Greek yogurt, creating a breakfast that keeps glucose stable throughout the morning. To maximize the benefits, there's a little-known technique. Let the blueberries reach room temperature before consuming them. This not only intensifies their natural flavor, but also increases the bioavailability of their antioxidant compounds by up to 15%. Regarding preservation, here's a valuable tip. Frozen blueberries retain nearly the same benefits as fresh ones. In fact, the rapid freezing process right after harvest may preserve even more nutrients than fresh berries that spend days in transport and on shelves. A creative way to include them in your diet is to add them to a spinach salad with pumpkin seeds and a drizzle of olive oil. The contrast between sweet and savory is not only delicious, but the combination with healthy fats helps slow down sugar absorption even further. For those who like to experiment, a sprinkle of cinnamon on blueberries can enhance their beneficial effects on glycemic control. This ancestral combination, already used by native peoples, is being validated by modern science as a powerful duo for diabetes management. And speaking of ancestral wisdom combined with modern science, apples, our third fruit, hold equally impressive secrets when it comes to controlling blood sugar levels that few diabetics know. When it comes to fruits that are friendly for glycemic control, apples are true veterans of the team. This ancient fruit, which has starred in everything from biblical stories to revolutionary scientific discoveries, holds an impressive array of benefits for people with diabetes. The magic of apples begins with their special soluble fiber, pectin. Imagine pectin as a type of microscopic sponge that, when it comes into contact with water in the digestive system, forms a gel that drastically slows down the absorption of sugars. For people with diabetes, this means saying goodbye to those dreaded post-meal glucose spikes. A fascinating fact, a single medium apple contains about 4 grams of fiber, with 50% of it concentrated in the peel. That's why the old saying, an apple a day keeps the doctor away, makes even more sense for those needing to keep glucose under control. The combination of soluble and insoluble fibers creates a synergistic effect that goes beyond glycemic control. Speaking of dosage, here's a surprising revelation. Size matters. A medium apple, about 150 g, is the ideal portion for people with diabetes. But the timing of consumption is also crucial. Eating it 15 minutes before main meals can reduce appetite and decrease the glycemic peak of the subsequent meal by up to 35%. To maximize the benefits, there's a little-known technique. Slice the apple and let it be exposed to air for a few minutes before consuming. The light oxidation enhances the availability of certain beneficial compounds, including quercetin, a flavonoid that helps reduce inflammation associated with diabetes. The versatility of apples goes beyond fresh consumption. For a balanced snack, try apple slices with a tablespoon of almond butter. The combination of fiber with healthy fats creates a meal that keeps glucose stable for hours. Or add grated apple to a bowl of oatmeal with cinnamon, another powerful duo for glycemic control. A secret few know, green apples, especially the Granny Smith variety, have an even lower glycemic index than red ones and contain unique compounds that can help balance the gut microbiota, a factor increasingly recognized as crucial in diabetes management. For storage, keep your apples in the fruit drawer of the refrigerator, separated from other fruits. They release ethylene, which can accelerate the ripening of other produce. At an ideal temperature, about 4 degrees Celsius, they can last up to 6 weeks, keeping their benefits intact. And since we are talking about fruits rich in beneficial compounds, oranges, our fourth fruit, bring with them a unique combination of nutrients that make them surprising allies in diabetes control. Oranges, these spheres of citrus flavor and fresh aroma, are often subject to myths when it comes to diabetes. However, science tells us a different and fascinating story about how this fruit can be a powerful ally in glycemic control, provided it is consumed correctly. The secret lies in the unique combination of vitamin C and fiber, especially hesperidin, a flavonoid found mainly in the white part of the peel, albedo. Recent studies show that this duo works in synergy to improve insulin sensitivity. Vitamin C, in particular, can reduce levels of oxidative stress, a crucial factor for people with diabetes. Here's a surprising revelation. A whole medium orange has a lesser impact on blood glucose than half a cup of orange juice. Why? When you consume the whole fruit, the natural fibers act like a net that slows down the absorption of natural sugars. It's like having a controlled release system built by nature itself. The ideal dosage for people with diabetes is 1 medium orange per day, about 130 g. The perfect time for consumption? Surprisingly, studies indicate that the best time is right after physical exercise, when the body is more sensitive to insulin and can process carbohydrates more efficiently. A little-known trick is to consume small pieces of the white part along with the fruit. This part, which many discard, contains the highest concentration of bioactive compounds that help in glucose control. To make this more palatable, try peeling the orange while keeping a bit of the albedo attached to the segments. To maximize the benefits, there's a special consumption technique. Slice the orange into thin rounds and combine with a pinch of cinnamon. This spice not only enhances the flavor, but also helps stabilize blood sugar levels. Add some fresh mint leaves for an even richer sensory experience and extra digestive benefits. Speaking of combinations, here's a valuable tip. Consuming oranges along with a source of good fat, such as some almonds or walnuts, increases the absorption of liposoluble antioxidant compounds by up to 400%. This combination also helps slow down sugar absorption even further. An often overlooked aspect is the anti-inflammatory power of oranges. Chronic inflammation is a common challenge for people with diabetes, and the citrus compounds in this fruit can help combat this issue. It's like having a natural anti-inflammatory packaged in a peel. And since we are talking about fruits with anti-inflammatory properties, pears, our fifth fruit on the list, bring with them a unique set of benefits that make them especially valuable for people with diabetes. This ancient fruit, which was already cultivated in ancient China over 3,000 years ago, carries in its juicy pulp a special secret for people with diabetes, a unique type of fiber that acts as a natural regulator of blood sugar. What makes pears particularly special is their high content of soluble fiber, especially pectin and fructooligosaccharides. A medium pear contains about 5.5 grams of fiber. That's 22% of the daily requirement. But the most interesting part is how these fibers work. They form a gel in the intestine that not only slows down the absorption of sugar, but also feeds the beneficial bacteria in the gut. For people with type 2 diabetes, pears offer an additional surprising benefit. Their bioactive compounds, especially procyanidins, have shown the ability to improve insulin sensitivity by up to 25%. It's like having a fine-tuning of your metabolism each time you consume this fruit. The ideal portion? One medium pear, approximately 178 g per day. But here's a secret few know. Slightly green pears have a lower glycemic index than very ripe ones. For those actively monitoring their glucose, this small detail can make a significant difference in glycemic control. There is a special technique to maximize the benefits. Consume the pear with its skin and at room temperature. The skin contains the highest concentration of beneficial compounds, including quercetin, a potent antioxidant that helps protect the beta cells of the pancreas, essential for insulin production. Speaking of ways to consume, here's a valuable tip. Thin slices of pear combined with unsweetened cottage cheese create a perfect mid-afternoon snack. The protein in the cheese helps slow down the absorption of carbohydrates even further, keeping glucose stable for a longer period. An interesting discovery from modern research shows that pears contain compounds called arbutin and chlorogenic acid, which can help regulate blood sugar levels in a unique way. These compounds seem to work synergistically with the fibers to create a stabilizing effect on glucose. For storage, keep pears at room temperature until they ripen, then transfer them to the refrigerator to extend their shelf life. A little-known trick. Place a ripe banana near the pears to naturally accelerate their ripening when needed. And speaking of fruits rich in bioactive compounds, kiwi, our sixth fruit on the list, brings with it a fascinating array of enzymes and nutrients that make it a surprising ally in diabetes control. The kiwi, this small, furry fruit originally from China, although it became famous through New Zealand, is a true powerhouse of nutrients when it comes to diabetes control. With its unique combination of vitamins, minerals, and enzymes, kiwi offers astonishing benefits for those needing to maintain glucose control. One of the most fascinating aspects of kiwi is its low glycemic index, about 52, combined with a high content of both soluble and insoluble fibers. But the real differentiator is a special enzyme called actinidin, which not only aids in the digestion of proteins, but also helps to slow down the absorption of sugars in the intestine. Recent research has revealed something extraordinary. Kiwi contains a compound called inositol, which acts similarly to insulin in the body. For people with diabetes, this means that consuming kiwi regularly can help naturally improve insulin sensitivity. It's like having a small metabolic assistant working in your favor. The recommended dose for people with diabetes is 1 medium kiwi per day, approximately 69 g. The ideal time for consumption? Studies suggest that eating a kiwi 30 minutes before breakfast can optimize its metabolic benefits and help regulate blood sugar levels throughout the day. Here's a little-known tip. The skin of the kiwi, though not very popular, is perfectly edible and contains 3 times more fiber and antioxidants than the pulp. For those willing to try it, simply rub the fruit gently under running water to remove the coarse hairs and consume whole. To maximize the benefits, try this technique. Slice the kiwi into thin rounds and combine with a source of good fat, such as chia seeds or almonds. This combination not only makes the nutrients more bioavailable, but also creates a snack that maintains satiety for longer. An astonishing aspect of kiwi is its high concentration of vitamin C. One single kiwi contains more vitamin C than an orange. This vitamin is crucial for people with diabetes, as it helps reduce oxidative stress and inflammation, 2 factors that can complicate glycemic control. For preservation, keep kiwis at room temperature until they ripen, then transfer them to the refrigerator, where they can last up to 2 weeks. An interesting trick: to accelerate the ripening, place them in a paper bag with an apple or banana. And speaking of fruits with unique properties for glycemic control, avocado, our 7th fruit, brings a completely different approach to help people with diabetes. This creamy fruit, which is technically a large berry, breaks all traditional paradigms about fruits and diabetes. Rich in healthy fats and with a minimal amount of carbohydrates, avocado is practically a gift from nature for those needing to control glucose. What makes avocado truly special is its unique nutritional profile. Rich in monounsaturated fats, especially oleic acid, the same type of good fat found in olive oil. These fats play a crucial role in reducing insulin resistance. Imagine each serving of avocado as a small protective shield for your cells, helping them respond better to insulin. A surprising fact: avocado has almost no impact on blood glucose levels. With just 2 grams of net carbohydrates per 100 grams, it is one of the few fruits that can be consumed freely by people with diabetes. But the benefits go beyond. Studies show that consuming avocado regularly can reduce waist circumference and improve lipid profiles, crucial factors for those with type 2 diabetes. The ideal daily portion is half a medium avocado, about 100 g. The best time for consumption? Breakfast is perfect, as the healthy fats in avocado help stabilize blood sugar levels throughout the morning. A valuable tip: add a pinch of black pepper to avocado. The piperine in the pepper enhances the absorption of its nutrients. Here's a little-known technique to preserve the other half of the avocado. Keep the pit, brush the exposed pulp with lemon juice, and store it in an airtight container in the refrigerator. The pit contains natural antioxidants that help prevent browning. To incorporate avocado into the daily diet, there are countless creative possibilities. Use it as a butter substitute on whole grain bread, more fiber, less glycemic impact. Add slices to a green leaf salad, or prepare a green smoothie with spinach and ginger, a powerful combination for glycemic control. An underexplored benefit of avocado is its ability to increase the absorption of fat-soluble nutrients from other foods. For example, when added to a salad, it can boost the absorption of antioxidants from the greens by up to 15 times. And speaking of fruits with surprising benefits, plums, our 8th fruit, bring with them a unique set of compounds that make them especially valuable for people with diabetes. This ancient fruit, cultivated for over 2,000 years, carries in its juicy pulp a unique combination of compounds that work in harmony to aid in glycemic control. The secret of plums lies in their bioactive compounds, especially chlorogenic and neochlorogenic acids. These compounds have been shown to slow down the absorption of glucose in the intestine. It's like having a natural brake system for sugar entering the bloodstream. Surprisingly, plums have a moderate glycemic index of 53, but their high content of soluble fiber, about 2.4 g per 100 g, makes all the difference. These fibers form a gel in the digestive system that not only slows down the absorption of sugars, but also feeds the beneficial bacteria in the gut, creating a cascading positive effect on glucose metabolism. The recommended portion for people with diabetes is 2 to 3 medium plums per day, approximately 150 g. The ideal time for consumption? Studies suggest that eating them as an afternoon snack, about 2 hours after lunch, can help prevent the typical mid-afternoon energy slump without causing significant spikes in glucose. A little-known trick: allowing plums to ripen at room temperature until they are slightly soft increases their content of antioxidants and beneficial compounds. However, don't let them over-ripen. Very ripe plums have a higher concentration of natural sugars. To maximize the benefits, try this technique. Slice the plums into thin slices and combine them with a source of lean protein, such as unsweetened cottage cheese. This combination is not only delicious, but also helps keep blood sugar levels stable for a longer period. Plums also contain a compound called sorbitol, a natural sugar alcohol that has a lower impact on blood glucose. However, it's important to note that some people may be sensitive to sorbitol. Start with small portions and observe how your body reacts. For storage, keep plums at room temperature until they ripen, then transfer them to the refrigerator, where they can last up to a week. A valuable tip: to accelerate ripening, place them in a paper bag with a ripe banana. And since we're talking about fruits rich in antioxidant compounds, cherries, our ninth fruit on the list, bring exceptional anti-inflammatory properties for people with diabetes. Originating from the region between the Black Sea and the Caspian Sea, these small fruits carry an impressive power in their composition, especially when it comes to controlling inflammation, a crucial factor for people living with diabetes. The uniqueness of cherries lies in their unique antioxidant compounds, particularly anthocyanins and natural melatonin. Recent studies have revealed something extraordinary. Cherries can reduce inflammatory markers associated with diabetes by up to 25%. It's like having a small anti-inflammatory army working quietly in your body. A fascinating fact: cherries contain compounds that can help regulate glucose metabolism in a way similar to some diabetes medications. This is due to the presence of specific phenolic acids that improve insulin sensitivity. To put it in context, a serving of cherries can have the same anti-inflammatory effect as a low dose of aspirin, but in a completely natural way. The recommended daily portion for people with diabetes is 12 to 15 cherries, approximately 120 g. The ideal time for consumption? Surprisingly, studies indicate that eating cherries at night can bring extra benefits, thanks to their natural content of melatonin, which not only aids sleep, but also contributes to better glycemic control overnight. Here's a valuable tip few know: tart cherries have even more beneficial compounds than sweet cherries. If you have access to both, alternate between them to maximize the benefits. Additionally, frozen cherries retain virtually all of their nutrients. To make the most of it, there's a special technique: combine cherries with a source of good fat, such as some almonds or chia seeds. This combination not only improves the absorption of liposoluble antioxidant compounds, but also helps to keep blood sugar levels more stable. Off-season, unsweetened dried cherries can be an alternative, but with moderation, the concentration of natural sugars is higher. A tip is to rehydrate some dried cherries in water with cinnamon for a few hours before consumption. This helps to reduce the glycemic index. For storage, keep fresh cherries in the refrigerator, unwashed, and wash only at the time of consumption. They can last up to a week if well stored. An interesting trick: immediately discard any cherry that shows signs of mold, as one can contaminate the entire batch. And speaking of fruits with special properties for glycemic control, peaches, our last fruit on the list, bring with them a unique combination of nutrients that make them an excellent choice for people with diabetes. Peaches, originating from ancient China, are natural wonders when it comes to diabetes control. This juicy fruit, carrying over 4,000 years of history in its DNA, offers a perfect combination of nutrients, making it a safe and beneficial choice for people needing to keep glucose levels in check. What makes peaches especially valuable is their low glycemic index, 42, combined with an impressive nutritional profile. With only 50 calories and 15 g of carbohydrates per medium-sized peach, they contain unique bioactive compounds, including polyphenol and carotenoids, which work together to improve insulin sensitivity. A fascinating discovery from modern research shows that peaches contain a specific type of polyphenol called chlorogenic acid, which can help regulate glucose metabolism. Studies indicate that this compound can reduce glucose production by the liver, a significant benefit for people with type 2 diabetes. The ideal portion for diabetics is 1 medium peach per day, approximately 150 g. The best time for consumption? Studies suggest that eating a peach as a mid-morning snack, about 2 hours after breakfast, can help maintain stable energy levels until lunch without causing significant spikes in glucose. Here's a little-known technique to maximize the benefits. Allow peaches to ripen at room temperature until they are slightly soft to the touch. The ripening process not only improves flavor, but also increases the availability of antioxidants. An additional trick is to consume the fruit with its skin, where many beneficial nutrients are concentrated. To creatively incorporate peaches into the daily diet, try slicing a peach over a bowl of unsweetened Greek yogurt, sprinkled with cinnamon. The protein in the yogurt combined with the fiber in the peach creates a perfect snack for glycemic control. Another option is to lightly grill peach slices and serve them with ricotta. The heat intensifies the natural flavor without increasing the sugar content. An additional benefit of peaches is their high content of potassium and vitamin C, essential nutrients for people with diabetes. Potassium helps regulate blood pressure, while vitamin C fights oxidative stress, an important factor in diabetes management. For preservation, keep ripe peaches in the refrigerator, where they can last up to a week. A valuable tip: to prevent bruising, store them in a single layer without stacking. If you need to accelerate ripening, place them in a paper bag with a banana. When talking about integrating all these fruits into a balanced diet for diabetes, there are some fundamental strategies that can maximize their benefits and minimize any impact on blood glucose levels. Click on the video appearing on your screen now and discover how to eat bread, bagels, and wraps without causing blood sugar spikes.